how many times when you rode your dirt bike did you really think, wow, I am really enjoying this experience?
Before I was 29, 30 years old, very, very, very rarely. Yeah, very rarely.
Okay. That's what I thought too. The one thing that I said about our trip to Arizona, riding that Stark and just like no pressure, hanging out with our buddies, we're just talking, like, just testing stuff out. And we were able to be present. We weren't thinking about, later on and stuff like that. That was one time when I was like, man, I enjoyed riding this dirt bike to the point where you were like, you should probably slow down. You just got out of surgery. But like,
I also said that was the best I've ever seen you look.
Yeah, which is super weird. That we got to talk about that at some other time. But same thing for me, and I'm sure it's for a lot of the viewers and listeners. I'm sure it's the same thing for them. It's like, man, very little are we actually out there like, wow, like, yeah, we like it, but like, man, I am thoroughly in an enjoyment state on what I'm doing right now. I'm not worried about, anything negative or anything like that. I'm just enjoying the moment. Like, it's for me, dude, maybe 10 in like over 20 something years of riding,
Yeah. Isn't that silly?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's silly. And even I as you asked that, I'm like thinking back to times. There were so many times where I had like free ride days, low pressure days where I'm just around other people, like hitting jumps, doing whips. Back then, even on those days, there was two things happening. Either I was criticizing myself for what I was doing, right? Not even in a race environment, just in a free ride type of environment, criticizing myself, or this is a big one, comparing myself to the other people around me.
Dude, if Ethan, when you're editing this, if you can hear, I literally mouthed, I was like comparing. I guarantee you guys are going to be comparing.
Like, oh, that person's whip was almost as good as mine, or that person just did a better whip than me.
I got to go bigger now.
That takes away the fun. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.